Hey Jeff, this is a comment on your video. Honestly, dude, I'd have to say, for the most part, yeah, that sounds about right. However, there has to be at least a few exceptions. For example, there's a game called Manhunt on the PS2 that came out where you are a serial killer and you essentially go about and brutally murder people in these horrific fashions with different objects. But beyond that, there's just a truly grotesque and almost sickeningly realistic storyline of things you hear about. And you get to actually play as them, and then you can pretty much watch on the news when something happens like that. I actually played that game through and through and enjoyed it quite thoroughly when I was a teenager, which was not that long ago at all. But things like that, I'd have to say, can definitely have really bad effects. Another game I've actually played that has something like that is a game called Dark Souls, which is actually a very fantasy-orientated game. It is not based in reality at all, but the environment and the world and everything around it is so dark and so depressing that it really can put you in a very foul, almost violent mood. Now, I'm not going to say that justifies somebody going out and shooting or doing anything like that. To me, those people are psychopaths. We all have the ability of free will. If you choose to go out and shoot someone, don't blame it on a video game or a movie or the media. All those things can help. They can have a negative or positive influence on your actual decision or what you believe is going to happen or how you see the world. But at the end of the day, the final choice is always up to you, and that upsets me so much. And everyone goes, "Oh yeah, well it's because of video games, it's because of this, it's because of that." I admit all of those things definitely have a negative impact on someone's life or on their personal well-being or their mindset. But I mean, as a whole, it's whoever chose to do that's fault, and it's that simple. I mean, if that person went in there and shot people up, that's because he wanted to. If someone goes out and kills someone, it's because they want to. I live out here in Stockton in the ghetto of California, really bad area. Since 2012 was supposedly the world's going to end, there's been 16 murders in less than a day. It's been like 12 hours, and they're just running around killing people. That's not because the world's going to end because the media's brainwashed them. They're just violent people, and they will use any excuse whatsoever to be violent. And that's pretty much the way that side of the world works, in my personal opinion. People make excuses. Video games did this. The movie did this. Music brainwashed me. But at the end of the day, only you can actually make these choices. The music can't reach into your mind and tell you to pull the trigger. I mean, that's only up to you. If it's either in you or it's not. And if it is, you're just psychotic. So, I mean, we all have fantasies. I never had a fantasy of going into my school and shooting people. That's a little out there. But fantasies of violence, of revenge, of things of that nature, we all have them every now and then. But to actually act upon them, there's no excuse. And that's just my personal opinion. So, yes, enjoyed the video. I definitely have to agree with you in most aspects. Overall aspects, actually, besides that one I mentioned before about certain very dark media. But, yes, thank you for your time.